guys, it's Emily. Welcome back to my channel. So I purchased these adorable little books a while ago. They are just the cutest thing. It's a 2-volume set of little itty bitty books. They are approximately 6 inches by 4 inches, you know, give or take. You know, they have about a 1-inch spine. It's one book in 2 volumes, and it's Lorna Doone by, let me look, because I can't remember. Oh goodness. All right, by R.D. Blackmore. And I did some research because there's not a copyright, there's nothing like that. You know, there's no dates or anything in the books. And I was curious about them because the title is, you know, on the spine here, but you don't have like any title on the front. So I did a little research, and it took me a while, but I found out a little bit of information about them. This particular publisher, the publisher is, oh goodness, I should write all this stuff down. F.M. Lupton out of New York. They did a few different series, but this particular series is called the Daisy series. I guess these are supposed to be daisies. And I think there are like 87 titles in the Daisy series. So the covers all look the same, but then obviously you have different titles. And I think there were a few different colors of the daisies. But anyway, what I was able to figure out is the Daisy series was published between 1899 and 1902, approximately, based on the years that the publishing company went by this name and that kind of thing. So that's what I was able to figure out. I bought them because I thought they were adorable, and I purchased them by from the lovely Robin at Bleak House Bookshop on Etsy, and I will link to her shop in the description box below. She has some amazing vintage and antique books, and she offers free US shipping no matter what. So you can buy a $5 book, you can buy an $100 book, and you get free shipping. So that's a plus. All right, so that's the information on these little adorable books. They are obviously very worn and shabby, but I think they are fabulous. You know, they have some corner wear and that kind of thing, but I think they're beautiful. This is my sort of thing. I love it. So I'm going to make some little writing journals out of these 2 books, and they will then be in my shop to purchase, but I thought I would bring you along with me while I do that. I am going to try really hard to preserve the entire cover. I hope I can, because if I can't, then my whole idea kind of flies out the window. So fingers crossed that I can do that properly. I should be able to, because the spines are pretty well still intact, but the book block is not attached anymore. So it should be pretty easy to get these apart. So let's go ahead and do that. I have my, just my utility knife here. And this is how I do it. So I just want to, this is called gutting the book. I want to move the spine away from the book block as much as possible. And I want to very carefully, and by very carefully, I mean very carefully, I want to stay as far away from the spine as I can so that I don't cut the spine. Does that make sense? And sometimes it's easier once you get, part of the way to turn it over and cut the opposite direction. So yep, I did pretty good. It's like a fabric spine, so, or book cloth maybe, so it's not in the best shape to begin with. But I'm gonna reinforce it and I think it'll be fine. So let's go ahead. Sometimes you can even just sort of pull the book, you know, the page block. Why can't I think of the words right now? Right away from that. So, okay, now that is that one, and we'll clean it up a bit. But yeah, it's still intact. I can still, you know, I'll reinforce everything. We'll clean up these edges, and it'll be good to go. And you have a date here. Somebody must have received this for Christmas in 1905. So that kind of coincides with our my research and my dates. So there's the first one. And this is a rather messy process, especially the older the book, the messier it usually is. All right, and I'm gonna take this title page. I want to use this in the journal, but that's probably the only page I will actually take from this. But I'll keep that. Definitely keep those pages to use for something else. And then this one also has, I think it also has, yep, a page. So we'll take that one and use that as well. All right, so let's go ahead and gut this one. Hopefully it will go as easy as the first one. And really the best way to do this is like so. And like I said, sometimes these older books just kind of very easily pop away because they're old. And you can just easily get in there. And I mean, look at this, it's just hanging on by literal threads. So you can just cut away like that. All right, awesome, 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 awesome. Okay, and that is also still intact as much as it's gonna be. And again, we'll clean that up and it'll be good to go. All right, let's put this aside. And clean up here. All right, put my knife away. All right, and I'm gonna set these aside for now. And what I'll probably do, well, I don't know, I mean, we can probably do both at the same time. Looks like somebody tried to carve something into that. What I'm gonna do is just very carefully trim this up, and I'm gonna angle my scissors away from the spine. Man, I hope this works. And then you can come back and, because we're gonna cover this up, but I don't want like a bunch of extra bits and, you know, getting in the way. So yeah, probably let's see, use my teeny scissors for this, it'll be easier. Get in there. that's better. And then I'll do the same thing over here. Okay, so that's much better. We might still have a little, you know, some little bits that need to be taken off, but it'll get glued down anyway, so it'll be okay. All right, and then let's look at this one. Let's see. Sometimes you have to turn it around. I have a heck of a time sometimes with scissors because my hands just don't work the way they should most of the time. Okay, very cool, pretty easy. All right, and then the side. So I'm going to keep these fairly plain. Because I don't, you know, with that tiny little 1-inch spine, you know, I don't want to like cram these full. It's probably one signature, but we'll kind of see as we go. And I thought, you know, I would kind of use some, you know, tea-dyed paper and then some vintage papers as well. So you see here how that everything is just kind of coming away. You've got, you know, this little piece up here that's kind of tearing away from that. So we want to definitely reinforce this spine. And I'm gonna do it on the inside because I wanna leave the outside the way it is. So the way I'm gonna do that, I think, is I'm going to use a product called Craftex, and let me grab that real quick. Sorry, I should have done that ahead of time. Anyway, the one I have is like a sample pack, so it has 5 different colors in here, and I think trying to decide what color I want to use. I think we'll use I think this is chocolate, unless we like the natural better. I don't know. I think the chocolate. I think we'll use the chocolate. And I actually already have a piece of that cut. And I might have, nope. I keep all my scraps, but I don't organize them very well, as you can see. I just wanted to make sure I didn't have like smaller pieces to use up first. Okay, so I'm trying to like sort of plan this as we go because I haven't really put a lot of thought into it, but I think I actually will put something else behind this, and I think I'll use this as the piece that this stuff is really sturdy, and I think I'll use it to actually sew my signature into. But then it'll be like a hidden spine, but also, you know, I'll have something else in here, probably fabric, to reinforce this better. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. We could also put a piece of like chipboard back here. Let me measure this. So I could probably tuck it. Yeah, okay. It's a 5 3/4. Sorry, out of frame here. 5 3/4 by, and I'm just measuring the piece that's already in here, by 1. So let me grab some like chipboard. Just a second. Okay, I think this will be better. This is more of like the backing of a scrapbook pad. So let me cut this. Just I'm gonna turn around and do that because I think it'll work better on my big cutter. Okay, so let's see if that is the right length. It's a little bit long. So I can probably just use scissors for that. And we still will be fine. Okay, so let's go ahead and glue that down. This is kind of a seat of your pants crafting today. I haven't actually worked with books this old before, and I don't know that I've ever tried to preserve a spine this in like sort of, you know, in this bad a shape, but I think that I think it's gonna be fine. I think it's gonna be really cool when it's done. So, all right, there we go. All right. Oh, yeah, that's nice. All right. So that will give us a nice sturdy piece in there, I think. Okay, I'll let that dry. I'll go ahead and do this one. Just when it's in this bad of shape, I just feel like you need to do something, right? All right, now I think we will add some cloth in this whole area here. Just to give that some more structure. And I think we'll just use some sort of like duck cloth. Actually, I think this is thinner than duck cloth, and I think I coffee dyed it. I think that'll be nice. Okay, so this is trying to determine how much, and I'm okay with it hanging out the top actually. So I think should be able to get both pieces out of this, I think. Let's fold it in half and see. Yep. So we'll go ahead and just cut it in half. Fray it up a little. Okay, now oh, okay. can always trim it if it's too much, right? And you're honestly not going to see any of this because the craft text will go right over top of this. So I'm not too worried about the glue squishing through. All right, so I'm gonna add glue all along here. And along here. And then I'm gonna use my finger. I'm hoping this will work. I wanna add glue here on the inside, on this, where this fabric is here. Okay, all right, now that way we can kind of squish it down into the creases. And that will help reinforce that there. Perfect. All right. Glue everywhere, always. Go ahead and I'm gonna add some more glue here. And like I said, I'm gonna cover all this up, so I'm not worried about it leaking out or anything. It's a fairly thin cloth, so it was gonna happen anyway, so, but I'm not gonna stress about it because, you know, we're gonna cover it up, so it doesn't matter. All right, let's let that one dry. There, and we'll go ahead and do this one the same exact way, and I will I'll speed this up a little bit, I think. Okay, I'm going to use this piece of scrapbook paper for the inside here because I just feel like maybe, I don't know, I just made a decision. That's the decision that I made. So let's measure the part that we want to cover. I think 3.5 will do it by 5 3/4. So let's cut the 5 3/4 first. I haven't used this cutter in a while. Yep, that is that right? No. Nope, it is not. We need to do it this way because there's actually some writing. So 5 3/4. And I'm gonna probably need to do this one too. 5. Sorry, I'm very much not in frame here. Okay, by 3.5 we said, right? So let's see. I'm not gonna obviously be able to get 4 out of 1, but now let's make sure. Oh, I think I did that wrong. Of course I did that wrong. Oh, goodness gracious. I did 3 inches. I'm telling ya. Let's try that again. Good thing we have extra pieces, right? Okay, so there's 1. 2. Just double check here. Yep, that should be fine. And then we need 2 more. I think this is fine. 1 and 2. Okay. All right, I think that'll be nice. Let me grab some ink. All right, then we can just glue these down here. Yep, that'll be fine. Just double checking myself. Okay. Just make sure we get glue all the way to the corners and the edges here. And I'm just lining it up with the inside paper that was already there originally. Glue off my hands here. All right, and then same thing here. Okay. So I'm going to do the exact same thing to this book, but I won't make you watch it again. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and obviously if I keep going, this is going to be a very long video. So as you can see, we have some new paper on the inside, and I think that looks really nice. We have a nice reinforced spine on both of these, and I will trim. I can go ahead and do that probably. Trim up this fabric here. And I left enough that I can still fray it a little bit, I think, hopefully. Maybe not. Well, I don't have to do this on camera here. You guys don't need to watch that. I'll figure that out. But anyway, so there are our covers, and I will be back in another video. While I'm away, I will select some papers for these, and then we'll put them together. All right, guys, I hope that this was inspiring for you. I hope you enjoyed it, maybe learned something new. I don't know. None of it is anything terribly new or innovative, but it's just the way that I'm doing it. So yeah, please give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and hit the subscribe button and the little bell so you'll get notified when I upload the next part. All right, guys, I hope you have a fabulous day, and I will talk to you in the next video. Bye.